Ready? I want to call to order the June 18th City of Seabrook City Council meeting. Please rise for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the
Texas
Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. I know.
Okay, everybody's dry so far. Public comments and announcements. This time, we'd like to listen to any member of the audience on any subject matter, whether or not that item is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 4 minutes for each speaker, shall be limited to city business or city-related business or matters of general public interest, and shall not include any personal attacks. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, a member may not discuss or take action on any item that has not been posted on the agenda. When your name is called, please come to the podium, state your name, address clearly into the microphone before making your comments. Monica, I can't read your last name.
Milliken.
Oh, Milliken, thank you.
Monica Milliken, 934 Plantation, League City. I am part of the TNR trial process that you're going to get a report from the chief on today. So he'll give you his perspective and I'll give you my perspective. And they're pretty close, I think. I just want to say that when we started out, what we decided to do was to target the cats that did not have a clipped ear. And that's because the cats without a clipped ear are the ones that are intact, unsterilized, and reproducing. So there was no sense in trapping the ones with a clipped ear because they're not part of the problem with the reproduction, which is our biggest concern. When we started targeting those cats, we discovered that the majority of the cats are dumped. People will dump a cat because they don't know what to do with it. A neighbor will dump a cat because they're irritated at their neighbor's cat coming in their yard. Or sometimes you'll see, a spiteful relationship breakup where one person didn't like the cat and so they dumped the cat. The reason that I say that is because more than half, or two times as many cats that we've dealt with on the point were picked up. Just walk up, pick them up, put them in a carrier. Very far from being feral. And of those cats that we picked up, one we had to euthanize, I'll cover in a moment, and the rest of them are already adopted or in the process of being adopted. So the problem is not what we were all thinking that it was. It's quite different. And quite frankly, the problem could be resolved. It could be resolved by the city. What you need to do is go out there and put up big signs that say dumping an animal is a criminal offense, punishable by, and it's a good hefty fine if you look at it. Put up some video cameras, put up things that say, that it's enforced by video surveillance. And when you stop the dumping of the cats, the biggest problem that you have down there is going to be alleviated. Now, my suggestion is start issuing citations. Get out there and issue the citations to the people that are dumping the cats that you're seeing on the videos, that are doing it with the sign out there, and it is a criminal offense. Start issuing them citations instead of the people that are feeding the cats. They're the ones that are doing the damage for you. I want to mention that we had a little bit of a disappointment in our animal control people in the city because there was a cat that we knew was injured in February. We were told we couldn't pick those up. We had to stay in our lane, which we have done because we want to see the program go on and expand. So we didn't get to pick it up, and finally Bonnie called the chief and said, would you please get somebody out there to pick that cat up and put it out of its misery, meaning euthanize it. We weren't expecting anybody to do anything. That call was made on Wednesday. Come Sunday, the cat is still there suffering. And I could give you the pictures and you would understand what I'm saying. We as individuals do not have the ability to take a cat to the vet and say, kill this cat. We can't do that. A vet won't do it. The vet insists on running all kinds of tests to say, yes, you're right. This cat is in bad shape. It is not going to survive. I will euthanize it. And you know what the cost of that is? $750. So we put out $750 because an animal control officer would not do their job and go out and pick that cat up and euthanize it. They don't have to ask permission to euthanize the cat. That is in their job description. And when a cat is suffering, blatantly suffering, that is their job. And the animal control officers were very derelict in taking care of that. So we trapped 4 cats. So 4 of the cats, were enough that we had to trap them. Of the 4 cats that we trapped, thinking they were feral, 1 was returned, and the other 3 are still in the adoption program. So that's our report. Thank you.
Thank you. 1.1, Mayor, City Council, and/or members of city staff may make announcements about city community events. Rob?
All right, the Texas Outlaw Challenge starts this Sunday, June 20th, running through the 23rd. That's always fun to watch. Cupcakes with the Court at Evelyn Mader Library. That happens next Tuesday, June 25th, 11 to noon. RAD Self-Defense Training Class, Tuesday, June 25th as well, and Thursday, June 27th, 5:30 to 8:30. And then the 4th of July Parade happens, coincidentally, July 4th, from 10 to noon at, it's running from over there to over there, and then we have our 4th of July stuff. Movie night at Mader Park, Bumblebee, Saturday, July 7th, or July 20th, 7 p.m. at Public Works. Go see the movie Bumblebee. The movie starts at 8. No, I'm sorry, I misread that. 7 p.m., there's a program at Public Works. The movie starts at 8 at Mader Park. And that is all I have right now. Did I miss anything? Anybody?
Yeah, correct the date for this weekend's thing. You said it starts on Sunday.
It's on Friday. Outlaw Challenge starts on Friday.
This starts Thursday, June 20th to Sunday, June 23rd.
You said it started Sunday.
It starts,
That's what you said. 2.0 presentations. 2.1, Chief Nelson to present an update regarding the progress of the TNR pilot program. Chief?
Mayor, council, thank you. Well, Monica stole most of the thunder from this.
I said we agree.
We did. As we discussed previously, we set out, there were some goals that we had. One of the main things was working together cooperatively, which we have done. Some of the things that Monica brought up about the signage, the poles have been erected and the signs are on order. I expect them to be in and up this week, hopefully, if not very early next week. To address, and it's probably just a difference of opinion, and I'll answer any questions you all have, but we can put signs up. My fear is that if we invest too much money with cameras and things of that like, it's just going to shift to another area, and then we're going to be playing that game continuously and probably in perpetuity. But I will answer any questions you all have regarding the program.
Well, I guess I agree with you, Chief, about the cameras moving the problem elsewhere. And I don't think that we have enough staff to sit down there and ticket cat violators. But I do think the project is working.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm in favor of keeping it. Anybody else? Go ahead, Jay.
Just thank you for the update, and I'm glad it's working out. But I just wanted to, has the concern about the animal control and not being able to euthanize that animal, have that been addressed?
Yes, it has.
And is that something they can do in the future?
Yes, absolutely it
Okay.
is. Yes, that was, I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication or them looking in the wrong spot for that particular animal, but that was a missed opportunity on our part.
Okay, just, that's it. Thank you.
No, ma'am. Public comments is over.
So I'm glad that you're working together. I knew you could. You obviously did. So I don't know how long this program keeps going, but as long as you guys are working together and keep that, I think we can get that cat population down. By the way, I mean, did we know a number at the beginning, and what is the number now?
They've cataloged, the last report that Monica gave me was 33 that they've cataloged, and of those, I believe 10 have been removed to rehome, most of them. So it's kind of a fuzzy number, because as she stated, for every one they pick up, there may be another one dumped, or there may not be any dumped, but it's kind of a sliding or a moving target that's constantly in evolution. And I'm sorry I didn't mention this earlier, but this was originally a 6-month trial or pilot. We're at the 2-month mark, or just past it. So I just wanted to give you all updates every couple of months so you can see how it's going. If you had any questions, then we could address those.
Thank you, Chief. Any more?
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. 3.0, consent agenda. 3.1, approve the minutes of the June 4th, 2024 City Council meeting. Do you hear a motion?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor? Four boards and commissions. Consider and take all appropriate action on approval of Jeff Larson for an appointment to the Board of Adjustment Building Standards Commission, with the appointment to expire on January 1st, 2026.
Move to approve 4.1.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. 4.2, consider and take all appropriate action on the resignation of Gary Mack from the Charter Review Commission and a new appointment of a member to the commission. Gail?
So Mayor and Council, we did get a written resignation from the appointee, Gary Mack. We reached out to the last applicant that we had that was not selected. In addition, Gary Mack was the nominee of the mayor, and as you recall, we asked each one of you to submit an authorized nominee. So the mayor has reached out, and we have a second applicant. So we've got two, and I'd like to probably address this like we did before, where we go through both of them, and then we can take a vote, poll vote for one, and then approve it.
Do we have their names?
May I ask a question? Are we, for the last one we just approved, but also for the one that's coming up, are these all because a member has moved on? Aren't we supposed to be doing this again in the end of August or the end of summer?
You know, the Board of Adjustment, where you did have another member, Michelle Glazer, that we had recognized before, she's off.
Okay, and that's the same thing with
Yeah,
4.3?
yeah.
Okay, because it just said it on 4.2, and that's the only, it's my question. Thank you.
No, we can't. Okay, that's who we want. Yeah, but we can, what's the other one's name? Gail, can you move the screen up? For the names. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we have two candidates, Lori Solt and Melanie Bentley. We'll take them one at a time. All in favor of Lori Stolt? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Rob, you voted 5. And Melanie Bentley, obviously, 2. Okay, Lori, you're our new member of our Charter Commission. Thank you very much for volunteering. You don't have to stay now. Okay. 5.0, new business.
4.3.
Oh, 4.3, I'm sorry. Consider and take all appropriate action on approval, and a new member of the Planning and Zoning Commission with the appointment to expire January 1st, 2027. That's a long term.
And whoever interviewed him should make a report.
Yeah, who were the interviewees?
Me and Rob.
Can we hear your report?
Yeah, both were good. I seem to like the Jared Justice, young, new, just wants to be involved in the community, wanted to figure out a way to do it. Heard about this, so that's why he did it. I kind of like that. Like I said, both interviewed well, but I just liked him better.
Rob?
My opinion, Jared absolutely has a place with the city, but Randy Miller had more experience with the city. He understood zoning. He had served on the 5-year, on the Strategic Planning Committee, and he understood what it was all about, and he would be much more capable of stepping in to the P and Z role and contributing immediately. That's no disrespect to Jared. But like I say, we'll reach out to him, or I will personally reach out to him and make sure that he finds a place. But I feel like Randy Miller's better qualified and better experienced to step into that role immediately.
May I make a comment?
Sure.
I've heard Mr. Miller has not the best reputation. He's made like 100 apparently complaints about his neighbors. I don't know. I just don't know that he's got the right intentions. So I'm a little hesitant for that.
Okay. Does anybody else have any news or opinions? All right, let's call for it. Randy Miller?
Well, this one would be, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm on the last one. Apologize. Forgive me.
Since I was so rudely interrupted, do we need to do it again?
Yes.
Okay. She is right. I do need a motion.
Well, after the vote.
Oh, okay. Oh, to put him in there. Okay. Randy Miller. All in favor? Jared Justice. It's 4-3. Jared is our new member on P and Z. Thank you. Okay, do I hear a motion to put Jared on P and Z?
I make a motion to approve Jared Justice.
Second.
All in favor? I thought that was the
We
vote.
have to do the same for Lauren.
Okay. Okay. All right, now, new business. 5.1, consider and take all appropriate action on the approval of Resolution 2024-14, authorizing the submittal of a grant application 141445011, a grant application to the United States Department of Justice for financial assistance to achieve accreditation status for the Seabrook Police Department in a total amount of $101,527 with no local match, and authorizing the city manager to execute all associated documents. Hang on, this is long. A resolution of the City of Seabrook, Texas, authorizing grant application to the United States Department of Justice Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services for accreditation fees, evidence management software, evidence management and storage equipment, property room security equipment, and sworn personnel overtime to manage the accreditation process, and authorizing the city manager or her designee to execute all necessary documents in furtherance thereof, and authorizing the establishment of a separate interest-bearing trust account designated for this program, a copy of which is attached hereto and made a part hereof as Exhibit 1, and providing for an effective date.
Move to approve 5.1.
Second.
All in favor? Thanks, Chief. Good job. That was a nice one. No match. 5.2, consider and take all appropriate action on approval of the extension agreement between the City of Seabrook and LSA Incorporated to provide for the inspection, assessment, and repair of the City of Seabrook water wells, as referenced in the request for proposal, project 2020-03-324, for a term to extend to January 1st, 2025, and authorize the city manager to execute all associated documents. Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve 5.2.
Any questions? Just an inspection, or is it repair?
It is inspections at first. If we find an issue with one of the wells, we will work on that one well within our water major budget
Okay. So it's just an inspection.
inspections.
Any questions? All in favor? Unanimous. 5.3, consider and take all appropriate action on an agreement between the City of Seabrook and Bay Area Houston Convention and Visitors Bureau as per the terms of the agreement in effect and ending December 31st, 2025. Mike?
Well, I just wanted to bring this, again, I know budget season's coming up, and so I wanted to bring this up and see if you guys had any comments or concerns. And I know a few of you guys went to the State of the Bay. State of the Bay. So just kind of wanted to get some comments. We did speak to the hoteliers, a few of them, just the other day, and they are also not for us funding this any longer, just because they don't really see the benefit of return on investment for that. So we didn't speak to every single one of them, but the majority of them, and one of them is here today. Thank you, David, from the Quality Inn is here. And Rushi also was here. And they would like for us to, possibly save the money or do something else with it. They would rather us use that money for the signage, but that's another discussion. But anyway, so I know that's going to be on the docket to talk about with the funding in the future. So I don't know if there's something else you want to speak about on that, Gail. I don't know.
No, I mean, this item's brought before you, council, before we get to budget season. This is an extending beyond this budget season, but there has been a lot of discussion on the agreement in relation to the other proposal that we're discussing. So I wanted to take this opportunity to give council a proper platform with it on the agenda to discuss along with the two attachments that we did get. So as you recall, the representative made a presentation to you, didn't really have a lot of the metrics available that evening, and that was a request from you to be able to reevaluate this contract. So those have been sent over, and hopefully you've had an opportunity to look at those. In addition to the agreement and the other scope of services, to fully validate if this is a relationship that you guys want to discuss further tonight.
Any other comments, questions?
Need a motion?
Yeah, make a motion.
Okay, well, I'd like to go ahead and move that we terminate our, or as of December or January 1, 2025, that we terminate our agreement with the Bay Area Convention and Visitors Bureau.
I served on this board for a number of years. Mike served on it many years. And I think Rushi is on the board now.
He was.
He was. Okay, he quit. I know Amanda, and both Amanda and Robin, not Robin,
Leanne.
but Leanne was on it for a long time. And the consensus from everybody is that we're not getting our money's worth. At one point, it was $90,000 a year.
Correct.
And then they dropped it down to 46,000, and that's where we are now, I think.
42.
Correct.
42.
When our staff member, Leanne, was on there, she restructured this program and was the lead on that. So we were taking a certain 15% of our hotel tax before, and our hotel tax had grown through the years quite a bit. So we were, I think you're right under 90,000 at our highest point. The effort on her part in restructuring this was, one, to be able to give us a little bit of relief on our annual cost. And then the movement was to also bring in different tiers of sponsors to the program. I don't think they've been completely successful in backfilling that revenue. So there's some work to be done there, but that was the goal, trying to restructure that tier system.
Well, I know that cities have come and gone off of that board, and it's been, the same thing. It's just not mutually beneficial to everybody on the board or in the program. The cities, when Kima was there, it was all Kima. When NASA Bayet was there, it was all Space Center, and we got very little out of it, in my opinion. I mean, I think that's, Amanda, you agree? Yeah, thank you. It certainly isn't worth the $45,000 that we're paying, or 46, whatever that is. And so I'm not, I've been actually pushing this for a while, but we kept giving it another chance, and they just haven't performed.
Right. And I agree with you, Tom. I think that the time has come, and we've been really trying to coordinate with our hoteliers now and get their opinions and work with them diligently to, because again, some of this money is spent to market these hotels, and they're flat out telling us different things that they'd like to do. And even, I have to say, even a lot of the events that we put on, they don't get much business out of that. So, and that's another discussion. But, we want to work with the hotels to find out what's going to benefit them in marketing those so they can raise their occupancies and turn a profit. But anyway, so, I'm with you. I've been on this since the inception, and we've done this up and down. And so I think it's just time now that we have the support on hand, that we can maybe do something in-house to help benefit the hotels and talk to them and see what else we can do, so.
Rob?
The motion on the table is to terminate it at the conclusion of this contract in December 2025. The contract, as I read it, does allow for a termination policy to terminate it earlier. I feel strongly like Mike does about the signage. And I think that would be a much better use of the money that remains in the second half of this year. I would suggest that we authorize the city manager to take action to terminate the agreement in accordance with the terms of the contract. And we consider reallocating that money towards something that more directly can benefit our local businesses.
Yes, there is an out in the contract.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you, Rob, that there isn't a refund of the first quarter, though, if we get out now. No, I think we would just save what the rest here was.
Well, that's what the attorney's telling me, that we have 45 days to give them written notice, and whatever's not paid out by then, we're not, under contract.
But even that, we're still ahead, in my opinion, so.
Yeah, I say we end it at the end of December of this year, and then that way we're done. So, that way, because we haven't paid anything for 2025 as of yet. So we have 45 days, we could send it out 45 days before and end it at the end of this year.
You don't want to save what we don't have, what we have left to pay out? Or you want to go ahead and pay out?
It's paid on an annual.
We paid it in full.
Annual basis, so we've already
Annual.
paid.
Okay.
It was
Okay,
paid in
Mike.
full, and
Yeah.
I don't see a refund
I
clause in that.
don't think you'll do
I
it.
misunderstood. Gotcha.
There is no, right, there is no refund clause, Mike, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, okay.
So if early termination doesn't provide any revenue that could be allocated elsewhere, then I suggest the motion stays as stated.
Okay. All right, do we have a motion and a second? All in favor of termination? It's unanimous. Thank you. 5.4, consider and take all appropriate action on a renewal with Blue Cross Blue Shield for employee medical insurance benefits.
I move to approve 5.4.
Second.
Any discussion? Did it go up or down, Gail?
Tom, it's an additional 120,000, but it's a whole lot less than it could have been, and a whole lot less than the initial offer, which was in the 300s. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, take it
No,
before
I
they change your
understand.
mind.
I want it. So was it up or down?
It's 10% up.
Okay.
Yes. We did have, we do have a consultant, just as a recap in the briefing, but we have a consultant that with a 3-year contract negotiates every year. So we've had a lot of activity on our policy this year, so our utilization is high. We initially got around 30% increase, and the negotiations got it down to 10%, so.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, we got a motion and a second, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. 5.5, consider and take all appropriate action on the approval of a proposal with Randall Scott Architects to update the program of requirements and provide conceptual design services for a new police station in the amount of $39,850 and authorize the city manager to execute all associated documents. This is an unbudgeted item and will require a budget amendment.
Move to approve 5.5.
Second.
May I make a comment?
Yeah,
After last budget meeting last week, I did have a lot of feedback from the surrounding neighborhoods there. Just want to make sure, is this the best location for this facility and not down on Repsdorf, the other property that we own?
The other property wouldn't, the square footage we need, it won't fit there.
Okay. Okay.
you were talking about one
Just-
by the park?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, I don't know what we're going to do with that property.
Okay. That's all.
Okay, yeah, because this is a amount that far exceeds our normal budget amount, we're going to do a person-by-person vote. I'll call it. Jackie, for or against?
4.
Rob?
Yes.
Buddy?
Or,
Tom? Mike?
or,
Joe?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, thank you. 6.0, executive session. 6.1, Section 551.074, conduct a closed executive session to deliberate the evaluation and duties of the city manager. 6:31.
Who's that guy that just came in?
Don't know.
We'll see, or replace it.
Yeah, they can do that. You just have a reservoir of water.
Okay, we've returned from executive session. No action was taken. 8.0 routine business. 8.1 city manager update and report to city council on various items that require no action, including city boards and commissions, transportation projects, Port of Houston rail spur, City of Seabrook CIP projects, House Bill 2071, Section 303, economic development updates, and the City of Seabrook grant administration. Gail.
All right, Mayor and Council, jump right into transportation projects. So there was a question raised last time about the concrete barricades over at Red Bluff. If you've been in that intersection, they are being or have been removed today. We also had a median over here in front of the Checkpoint gas station that was on, I think, for about a year and a half. They've been in design of putting that median. Was designed there with some near misses that we were having going into Checkpoint, into Anders Street here. So that has been installed today, I believe it was. They had painted it so that we already had some people kind of jump that curb. That was part of a request by the city for safety. And the Red Bluff intersection, if you've also been in that intersection, you'll see that they've started the cut for the third lane on both the northbound and the southbound. Again, we don't have an exact schedule coming out on that contractor, but they are expected to have some temporary closures. So they are sending us when actual closures happen. As far as the Port of Houston rail spur project, again, that one is on hold until you start to see some of the activity going across on the mechanical arms for the frontage roads, and we don't have a set time for that at this point. I don't know if the mayor has anything on the House bill. I have no further information on that from my office.
I have a little information today as far as somebody contacting me. Bill King contacted me, ex-mayor of City of Kemah. He wants to sit down and talk to me and Paul Betancourt, and I think he wants me to testify, but I think I already am. So, but I haven't heard any other city that's been hit right now, but I think that there is some out there. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I have other mayors that are looking and checking into their finances right now to see if they were hit by any tax reductions because of that bill. And that's all I have right now. Is everybody aware of the bill? Okay.
All right.
That's all I got. Are we done?
Yes.
Future meeting dates and agenda items?
Real quick. Hey,
Oh, okay.
yeah, me too. Anything on the boat ramp, the pier, and there was one other, but boat ramp and pier.
Boat ramp is, from our understanding with TxDOT, they've made that permit application, so they'll check back with us, but I think we're in that more 12 to 18 month waiting period. We should be having a checkup pretty soon. They've continued to make that design contract with them, so soon we should have more drawing specific of where that ramp is going to go in. The pier, unfortunately, we made another request for the county to try to help us significantly, and when we discussed our CIP workshop, there was the ARPA money that was over $600,000. We tried to see if the county could step up, give us some additional money to couple with that ARPA. So, when we bid it last time, it was over $2.4 million. So we're still looking for other grant opportunities. So there's no movement on that one.
So is there any information, who owns checkpoints? That Mike Rizzo? But anyway, have they said what they may be doing with the other property bought from Mr. Ten?
The vacant property here? Yes.
Well, his old convenience store.
Yes.
What is he?
So I've been in contact with him. He does not have a specific use right now. So I've been talking to a number of our small businesses to see if we can get some interest of a movement into Old Seabrook. It's identified, obviously, it's the first property that's so prevalent from the overpass and street, so it'd be nice to have the right use there that would be complementary to Old Seabrook. So I've been in contact with a number of small businesses, and what he's communicating, he does not have really an end user at this point, but he's very open. He's talked to prospects that I've sent his way, and he's willing to negotiate.
Is the street available to be discussed in terms of it being added onto that property? At some point, it seems like we might want to get rid of that street, close that street, or otherwise change it's where it is and how it is. Is that still?
Well, the median was actually a result of that. So we did talk initially about closing Anders Street and for the safety reasons. And then we started talking to TxDOT and the median concept came up. We also met with Checkpoint at that time. Checkpoint was adamantly against because they do get some ingress off of that street. So they did not want that closed. Now he owns the other property, so there's definitely no interest of closing that street.
Okay, thank you. So, as everyone knows on council, that we had this, the boat that was on Toddville, we got the boat removed today. It was very costly to the city. We have had meetings with CAD recently, and there has been brought up information that there may be as many as another 100 boats that are derelict around the lake. And CAD is a Citizens Against Derelict Dumping. So what I'm asking is if we may ought to discuss an ad hoc committee that might be able to come back to city council. We put on the agenda for the next time, see if that's something that we want to do, so that that committee could come back to council and tell them what is going on, not only with CAD, but also with removing these boats that we have around the community. So.
You can put them on the agenda. Let's put them on the agenda.
Okay. Thank you.
We were there. I mean, it was a good meeting. We were hammered. They were jumping all over me, but we're the only city that has paid any money to remove a boat. And they were jumping on me. I don't know. Anyway. Anybody else? Do I hear a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Oh, no, future meeting dates.
Gonna meet again?
Not this year.
Mayor and council, your next meeting is a special joint meeting with the Planning and Zoning Commission on July 2nd at 5 p.m. And then you will have your regular council meeting immediately following on July 2nd, beginning at 5:30 p.m.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor? 7:29.
The joint meeting's at 6 or 5?
5. And then the special meetings at 5, I mean, the regular meeting will start at 5:30 instead of 6, so y'all can